Welcome back. You're watching Buy or Sell. The market's holding steady, 1/3% higher on the Nifty and the Sensex. Nifty at 5,233. That's the Sensex at 17,450. It is expiry days, so there is some amount of trade that's picking up. Small cap index leading the gains up about 1.5%. Sectorally as well, it's not looking too bad, barring the tech and the FMCG pack that are seeing some amount of selling pressure this morning. Well, of course, but markets concentrating on earnings. Biocon and numbers have been announced a while ago. Let's go across to Prashant Nair, who will be taking us through that. And of course, reviewing those numbers with the management.
Numbers have been good, Samina. So, no doubts about that. Let's actually get you the management. Kiran Mazumdar-Shaw is on the phone line with us. Ma'am, thanks for being with us this afternoon. Prashant this side. Congratulations on a good set of numbers. I want to focus in on the margin picture, though, which is actually, I think, come down about 120 odd basis points. What is that due to?
No, as far as I can see it, I think in terms of our overall business, it's, yes, if you include Axicop, the margins are at 21%. But if you look at Biocon's margin, excluding Axicop, it's at 30%. And if you look at our research services businesses, there the margins are even higher at 33%. So
30% for...
I don't quite understand why you believe that our margins have come off. In fact, Biocon's margins this quarter, in fact, have been very high at 31%.
Ma'am, I'm taking Axicop also into those numbers, ma'am. That's why the margins are off 120 basis points.
Yeah, but I think Axicop's business is a very different business, and I think if you compare like for like, last year, I think Axicop was on a three quarters basis, and this year it's the full set of numbers, the full year numbers. So basically, you will find that Axicop does impact our margin, largely because it's a top line business. But I think you need to look at Biocon excluding Axicop in terms of really understanding what we're doing with our margins.
That's a fair point, but can you tell us what's Axicop likely to do? I know it's a low margin operation, but otherwise, what is it likely to do? How is the performance there going to be?
Well, as you know, we have acquired Axicop really to market our biosimilar insulins going forward. And that is in the registration process. So we are in the process of starting phase 3 clinical trials this fiscal. And, once the insulins start getting introduced into European markets, of course, it's going to have a dramatic impact on margins. Right now, Axicop's business has very low margins. It has been winning tenders, the AOK and BKK tenders in Germany. But again, these are very low margin businesses. So despite that, of course, we are pleased that Axicop is at least, contributing to the bottom line, albeit at a very low level.
Syngene and Syngene, ma'am, how's the performance been there?
I think Syngene and our research services businesses have done extremely well. In fact, as I mentioned earlier, the margins are at 33%. The growth of these businesses is also it has registered a 24% year-on-year growth. The last quarter also has been very, very strong and robust, and I think this is a business that we are very optimistic about. I think it's in good shape. We've started some new service offerings, which are also beginning to add to this growth traction.
Any plans to take these to the market separately, ma'am? We've spoken about these on previous occasions as well.
Yes, the plan is still there. We are still very hopeful of taking Syngene to the market this fiscal. And I think it's a question of when. I think you are likely to see some announcement either later this calendar year or at least by the end of this fiscal.
Okay, in this fiscal. Okay, fair enough. For OL11, ma'am, you want to put out a guidance just in terms of growth, approximately top line, bottom line? For the full business?
Well, we don't provide guidance, but all I can say is that, we do expect to, continue this growth momentum that we are seeing today. And, I hope that we will be able to grow at least at 20% levels in terms of both the top line, and we will try and see if we can maintain that at the bottom line levels.
All right, fair enough. Ma'am, good luck with those plans. Appreciate your time here on Profit as always. Every quarter, hope to see a lot more of you. Well, that's Biocon. For you, 20% growth, at least that's what they're aiming for the full business for F5411. Sabina.
Thanks, Prashant, for that. So that was, of course, the management of Biocon chatting with Prashant about the results for the quarter. Well, stay with us. We're back after a quick commercial break, but we've got lots more lined up for you, a lot more stock queries, so we'll be back.